Haha. Now, I hope everything is working okay. So we're live. I was live before, but for some reason the chat wasn't on. But now the chat is on, so at least I can read all your chats. Should you wish to speak to me, you may. But sorry about that. So basically, I was all ready to turn on at 6, and then I noticed that the laptop was not. It was lagging. So the last time that happened, there was a delay. So I didn't want that to happen again. So I restarted the computer, but it took ages for the computer to restart, the laptop to restart. So then once it did restart, then I went through all the motions of going live, and then the chat wouldn't come up. So I was just like, oh no. So then I had to log off again and then log back on. So yeah, so that's the story of why I am late. But normally we're like 5 minutes late or something like that, maybe even 10 minutes. But tonight we are almost half an hour late. So I'm really, really sorry. But I don't know what was wrong with the laptop. Anyway, so today I've got a slice of Black Forest Gatto. Now, Black Forest Gatto is my favourite, and I picked it up from Patisserie Valerie. Now, the thing about Patisserie Valerie, or Valerie Patisserie, however, yeah, Patisserie Valerie, um, I'm not always fond of their cakes. Their cakes are nice enough, but they're just not the best cakes that I've tried. However, um, for my birthday, somebody did buy me a large gatto, but it was different to this gatto, I think. So I'm going to try this one. The best gatto, my Black Forest gatto is my favorite. We've always had it from when I was very little. And so yeah, so tonight I'm going to try this Black Forest gatto and see if it's all right. I've also got a nice little chai tea latte. I'm on my own tonight because Mark's going out. So for a change, because normally it's me going out, but tonight I went out last night and he's going out tonight. But I got a chai tea latte, Starbucks, obviously. And but do you know, Pret do a really nice chai tea latte. Hey Mark, how are you? Um, yeah, what you call it? Pret, they do a really nice chai tea latte. Yes, and yes, Mark, you sent me a message and I voice messaged you back. So I don't know if you've got that one. I don't know if you sent me another one, but I sent you a voice message. Yeah, we could, as like I was saying before. Um, oh, I see. Oh, wow. So have you got the chocolate velveteen to make them in, and I tasted the chocolate cream, their espresso martini. I'm gonna I know. Do you know what? Because we do all these reviews and stuff like that, because with me, I'm the type of person, if I see something, I'm thinking, oh, do you know what? I want to see how that is. I want to try that. So we hadn't even tried. Right. So Mark's just messaged me, and what he's saying is we were talking about the Velvetizer basically. So I did a review on, both Mark and I have done reviews on the Velvetizer. Now, they've just got a new hot chocolate out, which I think is like a Black Forest one, which I really, really want to try. We haven't tried it yet. We've just bought it the other day. And Mark was just saying that there is a Hotel Chocolat that's just opened up near him, and he tasted the chocolate and he enjoyed it. And to be honest, I don't blame you because I enjoyed it too. But my favorite one is the white chocolate one. I really, really love the white chocolate one. Praline is nice, but I think white chocolate all the way for me. But tonight I've got a chai tea latte, and the chai tea latte, they do a really nice one in Pret, and I have had one from Starbucks before, but I think I've only had like one or two, and it's been a while actually since I've had a chai tea latte from actually Starbucks. So I'd be interested to see how it tastes. Oh, that's all the steam, the popping everywhere. Um, so Mark's saying he had it today, white chocolate vanilla. I know it's good, right? Oh, I really love the Velvetizer and the hot chocolates that it comes with. But we've also got a peanut butter one. So I need to be trying. We've got quite a few flavors which we haven't tried yet, but one of them's peanut butter, one of them's salted caramel. There's another one we haven't tried. Because we're meaning to do a video on them. So I don't want to try them before we do them on the video. But at this rate, I might just try them. Hey Georgina. Oh, Georgina, guess what? I got it. So I'm going to be trying that later. No, the black, what, they didn't have any of the Black Forest. I bought it yesterday. Right. Okay. So, Georgina, did you try it yesterday? I've got this today. I thought of you when I was buying it because I actually bought it yesterday. So I've got it to try. And but at the moment I've got like this lovely, well, it looks lovely, right? Black Forest Gatto. Um, so I don't know if it's going to be good. I got it from Patisserie Valerie, or Valerie Patisserie, however you want to say it, but I think it's Patisserie Valerie. That's what it says on the label here. Now, I've tried cakes from Patisserie Valerie before, but the cakes that I got weren't. Although I did really like the strawberry gatto, I thought that was quite nice. Um, yeah, we bought it on the same day, exactly. Oh, how was the Caitlin? Oh, hello, Caitlin. Welcome. So tell me, Mark, how was the Black Forest? Was it good? Because I've not tried it yet. And Black Forest, if you didn't know, as I've got here, is my favorite, but it's also Mark's brother's favorite as well. He loves Black Forest Gatto, and I love Black Forest Gatto. So we both love Black Forest Gatto. So I'm going to try it and see how it is. I've also got a chai tea latte. Do you know what? I just realized I've got chocolate, I've got chai tea latte, I've got one of these. I'm like just surrounded by good. You see, I have to. Mark's not with me, so I have to console myself. Do you know what I mean? I have to like have these little goodies around me so that I can just, indulge a little. I mean, he's going out to indulge. Why can't I indulge as well? Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to try this bad boy in a minute. I'm just going to catch up on some of your messages. So, oh, I'm sat here with you. Exactly. Hi, Sam. How are you? Oh, all the cozy vibes. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Because I have the light on behind me, so look, I've got a bit of a shadow here. So I'm a bit sorry. There is a lag on this laptop. Now, what happened was that this is the reason why I'm late. Basically, I started the laptop and I saw that it was lagging a little bit, so I restarted it. And then it took ages to start and everything else. And then when I finally got the live going, it didn't have the chat, so I wouldn't have been able to read all your chats. So I had to log back out and log back in. So that's why I'm late. So now I can actually read all of your lovely chats. Makes me want some chocolate. Do you know what? I am a chocoholic. I really, really am. It's really bad. And I like cheap chocolate and I like expensive chocolate. It's so bad, in fact, right? I've even got a box of Lindt next to me. And we got this on Saturday, and I've like, do you know what I mean? From Saturday. To be fair, today's Friday, so I've not done too badly. But yeah, I love chocolate. Just put it that way. I like the expensive chocolate. I like the cheap chocolate. Not too cheap, but I like cheap. When I say cheap chocolate, I like, boxes of Roses or Quality Streets. But what I like about them is you get the variety. There are the ones that I don't like, which are the like orange creams, strawberry creams, all of that. But I love, love, love. My absolute favorite is like a caramel keg or something like that. I prefer the ones without the hazelnuts, the purple ones. I do love the purple ones, but I prefer if it didn't have the nuts in it. So things like the caramel keg, or in the Quality Streets, you get the orange hexagon type ones, and they've got all the crunchy bits in there, the orange crunchy bits. Love those. I also love the green triangles in the, like the little truffles in Quality. You can't beat Quality or Roses, to be honest. I really do like, the Cadbury's type chocolates, but I also love like Hotel Chocolat or Leonidas. which you and I were talking about, Georgina. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what, you know, very much the white chocolate is a little bit like this from Leonidas. I don't know if it's going to taste, I don't think it's going to taste the same, but I do think this is going to taste lush. I can't wait to try it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to try it in this live because I've already got Black Forest Gatto and this chai tea latte. Right, I'm going to put my glasses on, read some of these messages. So Mark said, had the martini espresso. Mark would love it. The coffee was superb. Bailey's is not a patch on it. Do you know what? I'm not I like the first or second sip of an espresso martini, and then the alcohol is not too, it's a bit too strong for me, but the first couple of sips is really delicious. Mark doesn't drink actually, so he wouldn't drink that actually. Love the creams. Do you know what? My cousin loves the strawberry creams. He absolutely adores them. They're the ones that are just left in the tin afterwards. I'm not a lover of them. Um, so it would be good to share a box with you, Kelly. Yeah, exactly. As you can have all the orange and strawberry creams to, yeah, exactly. And I wouldn't touch them and you could enjoy them. But you know, I'm not a lover of liqueurs because, like, a lot of people like liqueur type chocolates, but I'm not a lover of them. And you know, like champagne truffles and things like that. I'm not a lover of the sort of like the the alcohol type of chocolates. Um, I've eaten Nasha dog. What? Let me have a read of this. I've eaten Nasha dog chocolate when I've eaten mine. Oh, you've eaten his chocolate when you've eaten yours. Oh, bless you. Oh, how is Nash? I hope he's well. Is he asleep in his little corner? Um, yeah, yeah, exactly. I feel like you taste so much of the liqueur rather than the actual chocolate. Is a because sometimes I feel like a liqueur should complement a chocolate, and I haven't tasted a liqueur yet that complements the chocolate. I've not take so if you guys know of a liqueur chocolate that you feel complements the chocolate, let me know. I'm not a lover of liqueurs in the chocolate, but if I do find one day that complements, I might change my mind on that. Do you know what I mean? Because I I love caramel chocolates and things like that. So any type of chocolate with a caramel inside, I absolutely love it. So oh I'm glad he's doing okay. You know, I'm sure he's asleep or just like lying there. Um but like yeah, I'm very much I'm not a lover of like the creams and stuff like that because you know you get like the vanilla creams, or I think on Tuesday we were talking about the whipped in the walnut whips, which there's no walnuts on them anymore. And I think it's marshmallow, but for some reason I just don't feel that the marshmallow complements the chocolate, so I don't tend to sort of go for them types of chocolates. I'm quite a bit funny with filled chocolates. They have to, like, I love creations, but the ones with the jellies and the crunch and the popping candy in that, I love that. Do you know what I mean? Or I like that Lint used to do one with like a cookie crumble in it. I think they do it, but you have to go to sort of specific shops, and that's really tasty. I love those. Hotel Chocolat Espresso Martini Chocolate Cream. Wow. £22 a bottle. Do you know what? They do a mint one, and I really, really want to try the mint one. But what I wanted was to try it in the mini bottle first to see if I actually liked it, and then I wanted to buy the big bottle for Christmas. Do you know what I mean? So I really want to try. And what I would make a cocktail out of it. So a few years back, TGI used to do this really great cocktail, and it was called Barnum Bailey's, and it would be Bailey's with some creme de menthe, some Oreo biscuits, and ice cream, and they blend it up. And oh my god, when I tell you that is lush, it was so good. Barnum Bailey's, Google it. It's so delicious. They blend it with ice as well, so it's a little bit like a nice slushy milkshake, but really delicious, an alcoholic one. And they don't do it anymore. I'm so upset. I just walked in there and I was like, oh yeah, can we have a list of your cocktails? Oh yeah, sorry, we don't do any daiquiri, we don't do any of this, we don't do any of that. And I was just like, what? And the Barnum and Bailey, they'd taken Barnum and Bailey's off the. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. So I couldn't get that. But I do have some creme de menthe in the cupboard, and I do have some Baileys. I've got some quite good different flavour Baileys because I've got apple pie flavour. I've got what have I got? Red velvet, apple pie, and I've got pina colada flavour Baileys, and I've also got strawberries and cream. But I really, really want the cherry one, the Baileys cherry. Oh, I think that's going to be beautiful. So let's have a little read. That's what you got today, the espresso one. Yeah. Do you know what? Like I said, I'm not a lover of like martinis and things like that. But I wonder if I tried the espresso one, would I like it? I want to try all the miniature bottles because there's a chocolate one, there's a mint one, there's an espresso one. I think there are some others because they've got some new gins out as well. But I'm not a lover of gin. They've got some like different flavored Hotel Chocolat gins, which they've sort of mixed with obviously chocolate flavors and stuff. But I'm not sure if I would actually, because I'm not a lover of gin. It might be worth trying a mini one anyway, just in case. Just in case it might be nice. Yeah, I suppose maybe that might be a time to try a mini one. But yeah, so Mark's gone out tonight and I went out last night and I met up with my friend Eve and it was so good because it was just the two of us and me and Eve have known each other for many, many, many years. And we were just laughing about, don't you like it when you get together with your friends? And especially if they're your good friends, right? Your friends that have got your back. Yeah, no matter what, you can do this, you can do that. Your friends have got your back, and vice versa, you've got their back. And you can also tell each other the truth, or you can talk to each other, and it's like, well, like you would have like a sister who you tell everything with or share everything with, but a family member that you've chosen, kind of thing, and that your friend. So we were chatting last night, and we were just talking about all the antics that we used to get up to. Now, Evelyn, right? Evelyn is your party girl. If you want to go out and party, Evelyn's the one to go with. I'm not really a party girl, but she always used to have a party. And her place was never the biggest of places, but a DJ would turn up with these massive speakers that would take up half the house, and the DJs were always running late. But they'd get there and we'd party and all of this till early hours of the morning and all of that. We were laughing about all the stuff that we used to get up to and things like that. But I'm just glad I have a friend like that who I can just chat with. We finished up dinner, we came here and we were chatting till like she left at 2:45 in the morning. Mark was a bit grumpy this morning, going, I didn't get any sleep because you girls were laughing downstairs and everything else. But you know what I mean? That's what we do when I get together with my girlfriends. We chat and we just have a laugh. But it was really, really nice. I had a really fun time. Just talking about what we used to get up to and stuff. Anyway, I'm going to try some of this cake. So let me try some. Well, it seems soft. Seems quite nice. There we go. Look at those layers there. It looks really quite nice with the jam and everything. So I'm going to try it. It's good. It's good. It's not as good as the one that I used to order when we used to do our family barbecues or Christmases and stuff, but it's good. I would get that again. The cake is not as soft as it should be. Do you know what I mean? It's just not do you know what I mean? Like when you get like a fluffy cake, it's just not a fluffy cake, but it's nice. The flavors are good. Just not as light and airy as a cake should be. But that's the only thing. I suppose what you'd say is it's just a little bit dry. But it's good. I would get that again. I would definitely get that again. But What would make it better is if it was just that little bit lighter, just that bit, you know. Um, yeah, it's true. As Georgina says, it can be. Has it been in the fridge? It has been in the fridge, and I took it out the fridge. But it's not just fresh out the fridge. I took it out the fridge earlier because when I think when you keep cake in the fridge, it goes a little bit hard. So I feel like you need to then leave it out. But there was a Black Forest Gatto that I used to order, and I always used to order it the day before or 2 days before, and it would still be soft, lovely, but you had to take it out an hour out of the fridge and let it sit to sort of like come up to room temperature. But obviously when something is cream, you can't leave it out for too long. But yeah, I really enjoy that, but it's just a little bit dry. But you're right, Georgina. I feel like with patisserie Valerie, or Valerie Patisserie, however you want to say it. I think when I say Patisserie Valerie, it doesn't. I feel like it doesn't run. It doesn't flow. But when I say Valerie Patisserie, I feel like that flows a lot better than Patisserie Valerie. Um, I feel like I have had their cakes before, and you're absolutely right. They are hit and miss. Um, but I had like a like a shoe, like what you know, like an eclair, but the round one. And it was I didn't. It was quite dry. The shoe was very dry. The shoe wasn't that nice, but the cream and the chocolate was nice. And that made up for it. But it was quite a bit crispy. It's quite a bit hard. And while shoe should be flaky, it should also be soft, if that makes sense. So flaky and soft, and that wasn't. It was just basically dry. So it took away from the niceness of the actual of the shoe, basically. Hey Ray Ray, we tried the cherry and Scream and the eyeball from the eyeball cake from Starbucks, and it was delicious. Yes, the cake is absolutely delicious. Did you get an eyeball on your cake? Because I was really annoyed because we didn't get no eyeballs on our cakes. So do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I really enjoyed that cake. That one, and they did the brownie, the blondie, sorry, the raspberry, the white chocolate and raspberry blondie. That was really delicious too. So those two cakes are really quite delicious, and that cake was very soft, light and fluffy, and that had been in the fridge as well, but it was really delicious. I got the eye. Oh, well, at least you got the eyeball. I never even got the eyeball, and I had two cakes. I want to say a bad word, but I'm not going to. Begins with a B. Um, so yeah, so I didn't. So yeah, I didn't get that eyeball, but I wanted the eyeball. It's Halloween. I was coming up to Halloween. How dare they not give me an eyeball? But anyway, so now I'm going to try this chai tea latte. It's the first one. I haven't tried any chai tea lattes this year. So this is the first one, and I don't normally get my chai tea lattes from Starbucks, although I have had one many years ago. So let's try it. It's nice, but you know what? It tastes of tea. And I'm quite surprised because normally when I get a chai tea latte, although it's called chai tea latte, it doesn't normally taste of tea. And this one does. It's really, I got it with semi-skimmed milk, and it's really quite nice. Hey Minnie, how are you? Oh, I'm glad you could join me. It's me on my own today. Mark's going out. He's going out for dinner with some work colleagues. Um, it was a hollow ball and very thin white chocolate. You never miss much. Oh, okay then. Uh, but I still would have liked the eye. But yeah, I guess if it's only just a little round bit of chocolate, then I. But do you know what I think? Sometimes maybe the staff might just eat them, and then you don't get them. You don't get them on your cake. Um. So yeah, I'm just watching the TV. Well, not watching the TV. Basically, I had it on Frozen because not on Frozen, but I was watching Lucifer, and so I had paused it while I was just trying to mess about with the laptop. So I've just been catching up with Lucifer. What one am I on? I think I'm on season 4, maybe. Let me have a quick look. Oh, I'm on season 5, episode 2, season 5. So no spoilers. Um, but I really like Lucifer, and I was really sad when I think was it Fox that were making it before, and Fox dropped them. Or did Fox pick them up? Somebody dropped them anyway. Oh, it might be Warner Brothers that might have picked it up because there was the W sign before it started. But yeah, one channel dropped them. And then it was ages before somebody picked them up again. But I'm really glad somebody picked it up. But also with Prodigal Son, they've dropped Prodigal Son. And I don't know if that was with Fox, but I'm really, really hoping someone picks it up because Prodigal Son is so good. Um, uh, it's a good job. I don't work. They would have run out of cakes. Do you know what I mean? I'm telling you though, Starbucks are really coming good with some of their cakes and stuff because years before they used to have this they had this lemon loaf. They have a lemon loaf now, but it's a different one. And the lemon loaf that they had before was divine. It was so good. And I always used to get a piece. And then they stopped. They went with a new supplier, but that lemon loaf that they've got now is not a patch on the other one that they got from the other supplier. Then they used to every year they used to do this muffin. I'm not one. I don't really like muffins. I'm not one for muffins really, but they did this muffin, and it was a filled muffin. They did an orange one. I'm just trying to think. Did they do a lemon one at one point? But they had all these candied pieces of orange that ran through the cake with sugar pearls on top of the muffin, and they were delicious. They were really, really good. And then they stopped it, and it really annoys me. It's like when you find a really nice lipstick. Well, guys, you won't know about this, but when you find like a really nice lipstick or eyeshadow or perfume or aftershave, and then they discontinue it, and it's just so annoying because it might be something that you've used for years, and then all of a sudden they just discontinue it without no warning. So how can you stock up if they don't warn you? Oh, by the way, we're going to stop this. How can you then stock up on all your stuff? You can't. So I found that quite annoying. That's happened to me a few times. Um, Mac did, and what I really don't like is when they do limited editions, and then when the limited editions do really well, they never bring it back again. But Mac used to do this lip gloss, and it was called Bizarrish. And when I tell you that lip gloss was so good, it just, yeah, it's one of the best lip glosses I think I've ever had. And I never finished it. I dropped it somewhere. And so when I went to have a look for it, of course it was a limited edition. They didn't do it anymore, and I was just really upset. And so yeah, that's happened to me with like a few of my perfumes that I love, at least three. And I just think, oh, why do you do it? Why do you make us fall in love with these things and then discontinue them? It's not cool. My internets are, yeah. Do you know what? I feel you, Mark, because my it's not my internet, but for some reason my laptop's not working properly, and this happened before. And the reason why I know it's my laptop is because when I'm doing other things, it's taking ages for it's buffering all the time, and I don't understand why. So like if I'm like going into, I don't know, let's say uh although yeah, if I'm using Google, that would be the internet. But even when I'm using sort of Word or something like that, and I was putting some pictures on a Word document, I was inserting some pictures and stuff, and it kept freezing all the time. It was just freezing. Now I wasn't even using the internet. So I restarted. So when I went to do the live, I tried to restart the laptop, because when I was clicking on YouTube, or even when I was just clicking to go to do different things, it kept freezing, it kept lagging. So I thought, you know what, it just needs to be restarted. So I restarted it. I closed down all the programs, restarted it, and it was just acting slow just to even come back. So not even on the internet or anything, just to reboot, it was taking ages. So I don't know why that's happening really. So yeah. But I'm just about to I'm going to exit out of this because I know what's going to happen. It's going to come on while I'm talking to you guys. So I'm just going to exit out. But yeah, I've been watching Lucifer. I've been catching up on that, and I really enjoy. I'm really enjoying the series at the moment. But what I tend to do is, at the moment, I seem to be doing two and three things at the same time, and I'm not concentrating on one. And I'm finding it very difficult at the moment to concentrate on one thing. I haven't read a book for ages, but I bought some books yesterday when I was out. Now, let me tell you a story. So I don't know if you guys know. There's a bookshop called Bookworks, and they sell stationery, they sell games, they sell books, and they sell all types of things in there. I love it in there. And so I went into, oh no, it's not called Bookworks, it's called The Works. So I went into The Works the other day. I went in on Saturday and I picked up 3 books. And they were a series of books. So it's a trilogy. So I picked up the 3 books. I think it was called Shadow and Bone, or Bone and Shadow, something like that. And so I picked up the 3 books. I then saw another book and I found 2 of the books, but I needed the 3rd book. So I went up to the guy and I was just like, oh, I've got 3 books here, and I've also want another trilogy in this trilogy. Do you have the other book? And he didn't even give me the time of day. He just said, oh, if it's not on the shelf, we haven't got it. He didn't even bother to say, do you know what? Let me just quickly look at the back just in case they have it or anything like that. And it just really, really annoys me, because you're looking to hand your money over, right? You want to buy something at the shop. You want to give them your money. And it's just like, no. And I just feel like the more that you turn customers away, or the more that you make them feel like I went into the bank the other day. I say the other day, it was a couple of months ago now. And I had a check and I wanted to pay in the check. Now there was only one teller in this in the bank. And because they only have one seat there now, they've gotten rid of all their tellers, right? There's only one person there. And she was like, oh yeah, you've got to use the machine. And I was like, but I knew that the machine wouldn't work. So I was just like, all right then. So I went and used, I tried it twice, right? It wouldn't accept it. So I came and I said, oh, it doesn't work. I said, I think it might be because it's a large amount. And then another one part up, she goes, no, it's not because it's a large amount. It's because of the way that the check is, the paper that it might be on or whatever. And I'm just like, well, okay then. But normally when you put in because I have paid in checks before, it just takes a photograph of it. So you fill out your form, it takes a photograph of it, it puts it together, and that's it, and it's paid in. And there's normally a barcode that it reads anyway. And I just think to myself, the more you turn people away, or the more you're making them use machines and things like that, you're doing yourself out of a job. Right? The more you turn up to people and say, oh, no, we don't have it. When I was in the works and he told me that, I put all the books back. I was so mad. I thought, I'm not going to spend my money here. I'm just going to put all the books back. And that's what I did. And so he lost a sale that day. And I understand when people think, well, even if they put all the books back, we'll get another sale or whatever. But what you don't realize is, if you've turned away 5 people, or if you've said to 5 people, oh, we don't have it, and they've put all the stuff back, that's 5 sales you've lost. Yes, you will have another one, but you would have had 5 extra sales. Do you know what I mean? And I think people don't because people don't want to do the job or whatever, and that's fair enough. We all do jobs that we don't want to do. But if you're doing a job, do it to the best of your ability. Do it like, oh, right, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And I just felt like these people don't want my money. I just put all the books back. And I just thought, I was just so annoyed. So anyway, I went back yesterday because I was doing a little bit of shopping and stuff like that. And I've got something else to show you. Oh, Minnie, while you're here, I will show you what I have, because there you go. There you go. So let me show you what it is. So there we go. I got Dumbledore's wand. How gorgeous is that? Dumbledore's wand. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I wore it yesterday. I got it yesterday. I wore it yesterday. So basically, when Minnie, if you go over to Minnie's channel. Hi Neha, how are you? How are you? I'm glad you're joining us. Oh, Shahinas, how are you? I hope you're well. So basically, let me just hold it up. So basically, I Minnie, or if you head over to Minnie Hippie's channel, she does a little vlog. She does a little video on some of her Harry Potter stuff that she has. And one of the Harry Potter stuff that she has is actually Harry's wand. Now, I did have a look for Harry's wand, but I couldn't find Harry's wand. Or they didn't have Harry's wand, should I say? Not that I couldn't find it, because I can find it. But this one was Dumbledore's wand, and eventually, I'm going to just do a spoiler alert. So if you haven't watched Harry Potter, turn it off now. So basically, this in the end becomes Harry's wand. So essentially, it is Harry's wand, but it is Dumbledore's wand, and then becomes Harry's wand. And I absolutely love it. I love this chain, and I wore it yesterday. I wore it the same day that I got it. So basically, I was hunting around for Harry's wand, came across Dumbledore's wand, and it was half price. And Mark bought it for me as a gift. So I was really, really pleased. And so they had to order it in because they didn't have it in that store. And because it was in a jewelry store. So this one's actually sterling silver. So it was in it. Yeah. So they were selling it in the jewelry store. So yeah, Mark bought it for me. It's half price, and I picked it up, and I absolutely love it. I can't say enough about it. I wore it. My friend loved it as well, because obviously I was out for dinner with her, and I had picked it up just before I met her for dinner. And I can't say enough about it, really. So let's read some of these messages. Oh yeah, Sheena says, hello everyone. She goes, where's Mark? Mark he's gone out today. He was actually going to an Indian restaurant. He went to an Indian restaurant earlier this week, but they had to queue to get into the restaurant. So I think they were going to go to the same Indian restaurant again, but he's going with different colleagues. But I think that they may not do the queue again, because it's a really, really popular restaurant. So I think they're going to choose somewhere else, but I don't know where else they're going to go. But yeah, I think they're choosing somewhere else. Oh, great. Oh, so your channel is now monetized. Oh, good for you. Oh, yay. So Sheenaz is reached, I guess you've reached over 1,000 now, maybe. So now that you're now that it's, yeah, so it would be monetized, right? We've got a bit of a way to go yet, but we are going to get there. I'm confident. Well, I hope we're going to get there at some point. And we're going to be monetized too. I hope. So yeah, so I would love that, to be honest. And I know Mark would too. So congratulations. I hope everybody gets monetized at some point. I hope everybody gets, the subscribers that they want. Because we love doing this. Do you know what I mean? Mark and I love doing this. We often talk about it because it was me that persuaded Mark to do it in the first place. So basically, I used to watch these YouTubers, and I just thought, you know what? I said to Mark, people might be interested when we go on holidays, like what is there to do and stuff like that. So we should start off doing, something when we, go to our holidays, because Mark and I used to go on quite a lot of holidays. And then I said, but I don't want to limit it to just holidays. Hence, I call it trips, tips, and things. Because I wanted to give out any tips, any hints that we came across, or anything like that. But also, I wanted to do other things when we went on holiday. But at the time when we started to do it, it was just a fun thing. We just thought, you know what? Not that it isn't a fun thing now. Of course, it is fun. But we just started it off as, this is what we're going to do. We're just going to do a few seconds and show you what's out there and things like that. And at the time, I can't remember if you could do, because YouTube before, you could only do a few seconds sort of like video anyway. I think it was like 10 minutes or something like that. And then it's just grown since. And the more that we went on holidays, the more we wanted to show. And then, but we were only doing snippets. And I said to Mark one day, do you know what? Maybe we need to do longer videos, just to sort of give people information and talk about things. And, and if people want to watch it, they might watch with us, or they might enjoy what we do. And that's how we went on. And then the pandemic hit, and I got COVID and things like that. And then when I got better and everything else, I said, actually, why don't we do more of the videos. Like, I know we can't go on holiday or anything, or while we can go on holiday now, it's still a bit restrictive. Maybe we can do other things that people might enjoy. Hence, we do now a lot of reviews or a lot of food, or we do the lives, because he wasn't keen on the lives really, because I think he just thought, well, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to say? And I'm thinking, well, I can talk for England. I don't know what you're going to say, but woo, I can just talk, 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 talk. So, and the thing is, since I've had COVID, I feel like my mind works slightly differently. Not too differently, but it works differently. So like now I think of several, like before I could concentrate and say, right, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. But now I have several ideas at the same time. So I could be talking to you about something and then switch and then talk about something else, because at the same time, there's several conversations going on in my head thinking, oh, yeah, do you know what this is? And this led to this, and that led to this, and this led to this. And then totally goes away from the original point that I was talking about. So it's just, yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, so when I said to him, like let's do lives and things like that, I think he was unsure, but now he really enjoys it. I think to be honest, I think he would have liked to have stayed and done the live, but he hasn't been out for like ages. So I said, no, do you know what? It's good. You go, because I can do the live. It's not a problem. I said, sometimes it is a bit nerve wracking when you do it yourself, but I think um, because I had in mind that I wanted to start a YouTube channel, I think I would have done the lives on my own anyway, but it's just nice to be able to do it with Mark. It's nice to do it with your partner. It's nice that two of you can enjoy something to do together. So when he's not here, I feel like there is something missing when we're not doing it together. Or because normally we'll chat and he'll tell you his thoughts, I'll tell you my thoughts, because we think very, very differently and we are very different people. So he'll tell you one side and I'll tell you another side. And sometimes when we talk, it amazes me how different we are um, in our opinions in certain things. Because ultimately, we agree on a lot of things, but there are some things where we're just different. Our thought processes are a lot different. um Mark is not organized at all, in the slightest. So he can concentrate on one thing and he's very good at that one thing that he concentrates on before he moves on to the next thing. And Mark is very much in the present. So if he thinks, oh, that needs tidying up, let me tidy that up now. And in my mind, I'm just thinking I couldn't think of anything worse than going to tidy up that thing over there. But Mark's very on it. Do you know what I mean? He's very like, right, we got to get this done. Let's do this, and this. And I am a planner. So I'll say, right, okay, we've got to do this, and this, so that later on this, and this can happen. And he like going to catch the train tonight. So he was dawdling about, and I was just like, well, your train is at 6. So you've only got a few. If you're looking to catch that 6 o'clock train, you better go now. Otherwise, you're gonna have to catch, it's not gonna be till like 6:30 or whatever, the train that you needed. And he was going to me, oh yeah, can you check the train times for me? And I was in the middle of trying to set up for the live. I said, I can't check the train times for you. But even then, he couldn't think, do you know what? Let me check those train times. Now, if it was me, I would have checked the train times yesterday to know what is happening today. But he's not like that. He doesn't think, oh, do you know what I mean? Let me check those train times or whatever. Because normally that's something that I would do. So I said to him, like, your train's going. So he goes, oh, do you know what? Let me see if I can make it. I was going, you got 2 minutes. I'll run. I was just like, well, all right, then do your thing then, innit? Of course, he had to come back because the train had gone. He goes, you know what? If I really pushed myself, I could have made that train. I was like, I don't know how you would have made that train, because you left at 5:59. The train is leaving at 6. So what running you would have done, I don't know. But yeah, so we're very different like that. So he's very present. So if something needs to be done, Mark is on that. He's like, right, let's do this. I'm terrible. I'm absolutely terrible. If I was doing stuff right now, I'm terrible. But if I've planned it, yes, it's a lot better. Because now I know, right, okay, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do. Unless it's work. If it's work, then I'm like, right, okay. Again, I'm very organized, so I need to plan it. So I need to plan my day and say, right, okay, this, and this. So even like I was booking something for my mum the other day, and I was just like, right, have you thought about this? 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 And she's like, oh, can you do it for me, please? Can you do it for me? So I was like, right, okay then. So then I get on and book all what needs to be done. But even like when we're going on holidays and things like that, and we need to, we need to get our insurances, we need to book our flights, we need to book our hotel, we need to book transportation and all of this. So anybody that goes on holiday with me, they know they don't have to worry about anything. They just have to bring their passport and pack their suitcases. And that is it, because I've planned everything. And my bestie, she's really funny because she doesn't worry about anything. She goes, oh well, Kelly's worrying about it, so I don't need to worry about it. And one day we were in Florida, and the coach said it's going to pick us up at a certain time. So I was like, cool. So we had half a day to do what we wanted to do. So I went to go and watch a film. I knew I wouldn't be able to watch the whole of the film. I knew I was going to miss the last hour of the film, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to go and watch the majority of the film anyway. So I went and watched half the film. My cousin went and did something, and then my bestie went and did something else. I don't know, but we knew we had to be back at the hotel by this point. Anyway, we got back to the hotel and we're waiting. I thought, well, this bus has not turned up. So I went up to reception. She goes, oh, yeah, he came earlier. I was like, what? I was really panicking. I was really, really panicking, going, oh my God, what if they don't come pick us up and all of this? And so I called the bus company and go, oh, yeah, don't worry, we'll come back. But I was panicking. But Evelyn, she just, sat in a corner because she goes, oh, well, Kelly's worrying about it. I don't need to worry about it. And in my mind, I'm thinking, how are we going to get to the airport? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? So yeah, so that's what we did. And and that's what people do, because I can organize things. But doing stuff, certain things, I just think, oh my God. But we complement each other in that way. So like I can plan things and he can do things in the moment, and that's how we complement each other. That's how we get things done. So yeah. Um so yes, Shaheen, as I will say hello to him. Thank you. When he comes back later, I'll say hello to him for you. So I've been watching Strictly Come Dancing, and I'm really loving it. It's been a while since I've watched it. I can't remember the last time. I used to watch it religiously back in the day when Strictly Come Dancing first started. Not the celebrity one. When the celebrity Strictly Come Dancing started, I was really into it, and I used to watch it all the time. And I watched it religiously, and some of the dances I'd be like, oh my God, and I'd go back on YouTube and watch my favorite dances and things like that. And then I didn't fall out of love with it, but I think maybe I had maybe in my mind maybe rinsed it out a bit too much, because I was watching Dancing with the Stars as well, and I used to maybe that's what it was. Maybe I got a bit more into Dancing with the Stars than Strictly Come Dancing. And then after that, maybe I got into The Voice and all the singing, Britain's Got Talent and all of that type of stuff. And so I was watching all those sorts of things. And so I was getting further and further away from Strictly Come Dancing. Anyway, now that they've stopped, Mark said to me, oh, they're cancelling one of the singing shows, and I couldn't remember what. I think it's Britain's Got Talent they cancelled, or X Factor, one of the two anyway that they've cancelled. And I was like, oh wow. So now whatever used to play on the same time as Strictly Come Dancing, it's now freed up for me to watch Strictly Come, and I'm beginning to really love it again. And I really like Judi Love. I think she's brilliant in it. And but the thing is, she's got COVID apparently, so she won't be dancing this week. And I thought that was really quite sad, that she can't dance this week. So oh, sorry, if you didn't know, that was a spoiler alert, by the way, that she can't dance this week. So I thought that was really sad that she's got COVID. So I hope she gets better soon, because I've had it and it wasn't very nice. But yeah, and so I've been watching Strictly Come Dancing. We've spoken about The Handmaid's Tale. Now I'm on to Lucifer, but I really want to watch. There's so many things on that I feel like normally at different times of the year, I watch different things. Now, normally, if I was going to work on the train, I'd watch my programs in the morning and then I would watch my programs in the evening. So I download them all onto my little tablet and I'd watch all my programs that I wanted to watch. And so I'd watch things like Sabrina or Riverdale and all of this. But there are so many other sort of like little series that are coming out that I really want to watch. Now I haven't watched You yet, and apparently that's quite good. So my sister-in-law has been watching You. I really want to sort of give that a try. Handmaid's Tale, I didn't in do you know what? I thought to myself, oh my God, I can't watch this. And I was going to give up watching it. And it just had me hooked. The horrors of it just really had me like watching it. So I was watching Handmaid's Tale. And again, I was talking about it with my best friend. I'm pointing over there because that's where she was sitting yesterday. And I think what did I watch? I watched every single episode, but every single episode pretty much made me cry during the whole thing. So I was just like, um, is the word traumatized? Yeah, I think I was a little bit traumatized. I mean, I watched Squid Games because Mark and I have spoken about this before. Because I'm speaking about it because these are one of the series that's trending at the moment. And I didn't really, I mean, I just thought it was okay. Yeah, you know what? I watched the whole thing. I thought it was okay. I'm assuming they're going to do another one. Um, but I don't know if they do another season or how many seasons of Squid Games could you actually do? Really? Do you know what I mean? Um, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think it was all right. I think they will get another season out of it. It was very, very popular. It was so popular, and it was across several genres across several generations. So you know, you had the younger ones watching it, you had the parents watching it, and all of this. So I don't know. I mean, it was all like I said, it was only all right for me, but Mark thought it was brilliant. Again, we think differently. So I knew from the beginning, well, there could only be one outcome. And Mark was thinking, well, no, they said this and they said that. And I was just like, no. But to me, I could see that they implied what the outcome would be. But again, like I said, Mark and I think differently. But he also does a lot more gaming than I do. So I suppose there could be several outcomes, but I could only see one outcome, not several outcomes. What's everybody been watching? Mm, has anybody got a favorite series at the moment or previously? Like with me, as you know, I love Friends, so I've been watching Friends. But there are Lock and Key is another one that I've been watching, and they've just brought out the second season of Lock and Key. And I'll be able to binge watch that. And this is what I like about some series now. I never liked waiting each week to watch an episode of something. You know, like when EastEnders come out, I think it used to come, I think they played it once or twice a week when EastEnders first came out. Now it's 3 or 4 times a week or whatever. But I didn't like waiting each week to watch something. Equally, I don't like it when they reveal something during an advert. I want to experience what it is at the time that you're going to show it. But what I do love is the way that now they make a whole season and you can binge watch the whole season. Don't tell me what it's about, but don't reveal things, yeah? And then I can binge watch that. And I really love to binge watch something. I love the fact that you can have 10 episodes. Like back in the day, they used to do like these pilot episodes. And if the pilot episode didn't do well, they wouldn't even do the season. But how can you tell from one episode of something if something's going to be good? You can't. So I think it's the best thing now is to do a whole season, see how that season does, which is now what they do, And then if the season is good, then you can carry on watching. I spoke about this last week with but one of my favorite shows is Grey's Anatomy. Yes, I remember you saying that. And I do really want to go back to watching that. At the moment, I've been watching New Amsterdam and I really enjoy New Amsterdam. But when I used to watch Grey's Anatomy, I really enjoyed it. But for some reason, I don't know if there was another season of something that came out, but I stopped watching it. I stopped watching it. And I just remember, I don't know what Patrick Dempsey's character is, but I remember him getting in the lift, the girl getting in the lift, and the wife getting in the lift, and all three of them were in the lift. That's the last scene that I remember. And then I didn't watch it on from there. But that's the last time I watched it when Katherine Heigl was in it. But I don't know if Katherine Heigl had left by that point. But yeah, I remember the three of them getting in the lift, and that's the last scene that I remember. When I was younger, I used to really love Roswell High. Um, I think they then just renamed it to Roswell, but it used to be called Roswell High back in the day. And they remade it recently. But I watched it, but it wasn't as good as Roswell. I think that they perhaps maybe didn't cast it correctly. But yeah, I didn't like Roswell. I love Katherine Heigl so much. Yeah. Do you know what? I feel I feel like she is a really good actress, and I think she's quite underrated. But I think she's done a couple of things that they're not casting her anymore in certain things. I think she's said or done something that sort of slightly destroyed her career. Um, but you don't see her much in anything now. But there was a point when she was in quite a few movies. I think that things have calmed down now, so I think maybe they'll start. I don't know if she's been doing anything lately, so I don't know if she's gone back into Grey's Anatomy. Um, but the other thing that I used to like watching was ER. Um, and there was also another thing on, was it called Chicago Hope or something like that? And I never watched Chicago Hope, but it did look good. But I loved ER. I never watched it till the end of the season, but maybe that's something that I should go back to as well. All these old type sort of series, it might be worth going back and investigating and watching them again. But kind of like when you're going to watch an old movie and you a movie you haven't seen in years and you think, oh, do you know what, I'm going to go back and watch that, and then you end up going back and watching it. um Patrick Dempsey, he played in something. So I was a big fan of Patrick Dempsey back in the day when he did things like Pizza Boy and Can't Buy Me Love and all of that. Anyway, he dropped out. He didn't make any movies for ages. And then all of a sudden he came back again and he was on something. I can't remember what it was. I want to say it was something with Reese Witherspoon. I think that was one of his first movies when he came back. And I didn't even recognize who he was. And it was only at the end of the film, somebody said, I think the credits came up, Patrick Dempsey. And I was like, no, that is not. Patrick Dempsey was this scrawny little kid with funny teeth and all of that. And he looked completely different. He looked completely different. And I was so shocked that it was him. But also there was somebody else who was like that. Who's Channing Tatum's wife? Anyway, her Dewan, Jenna Dewan. And Jenna Dewan played in Step Up, and she played in a couple of other movies. Anyway, I then watched this. There was like this witch series that came out, and that series was really good. And it was a mother and her two daughters, and it was almost a little bit like Charmed, I guess, but not like Charmed. And it was it had me hooked. I think they might have done 2 seasons. Anyway, when I saw the girl and I thought, oh, she's sort of, I didn't recognize who she was at the beginning. Anyway, as it went through, because I didn't know her name was, is it Gemma or Jenna Dewan? And I didn't even know her real name when she was in Step Up. Anyway, I sort of Googled her and I thought, oh my God, that's Jenna Dewan. Oh, she looks so, when you see her in that season, I can't remember what that the series was called, and then you see her in Step Up. It's just two completely different people. I just didn't even recognize them as two completely different people. So it just shows you when people are younger what they look like. But even Craig David, when he came out and is doing all these songs, and then he's come out now, he looks like a completely different person. He does not look like the same person like other people do. I mean, when Britney was younger and then she got older, and then Hilary Duff, when she was younger, they look like the same people. But literally, Craig David, from when he was younger to now that he's older, looks completely different. Patrick Dempsey, again, younger to older, completely, to me, to my eyes anyway. And Jenna Dewan, or Gemma Dewan, or whatever her name is, from when she was in Step Up to then when she played in that season, or how she looks now, completely different. I didn't even recognize her. And I always think it's interesting when you see people when they're younger, and then all of a sudden you see them when they're older, and they look like completely different people, and you're like, what? It just doesn't. They don't even look alike. Uh, but I like it. I like that they can change, and I think maybe in the movie industry that is a good thing, because it's hard to transition from a child star to then an adult in your own right. And a lot of people, like like Haley Joel Osment, who played in Sixth Sense and things like that. As he got older, he then wasn't really cast in a lot of stuff, and that happens to a lot of child stars. They don't get cast in a lot of stuff. But if they can take a break and then come back, like that's what Jason Bateman did. He played in programs called like All the Right Move. He played in Teen Wolf 2. He did another movie, I think it was called Moving Target, if I remember correctly. And then all of a sudden you didn't see him because they stopped casting him. And then when he got older, he started doing movies again. And it was just like that. And then all of a sudden he got all of these roles. And it was the same for Kirsten Dunst, and it was the same for Drew Barrymore. They just took a break, and then all of a sudden they were being hired for all of these films again. And I just think that to do that, like I said, to do that transition is very difficult. But yeah, Grey's Anatomy is definitely one that I must go back and take a look at. My friend wants to binge watch Vampire Diaries again. And I was really sad when that came to an end, but of course, it's based on vampires, so there's only a period of time when they can look the same before, well, hang on a second, you're a vampire and you're aging. So clearly there's only a block of time that they could do. But I don't know how Legacies is getting on. Legacies is the spin-off, and I don't know how that is getting on. I must go back and have a look at that and see, or whether they've stopped it altogether. But I'm very much into all the sort of like sci-fi type ones, all the sort of like fan fiction type genre. So things like Vampire Diaries, Legacies, Riverdale, Sabrina, I don't know, Supernatural, all of those types of things I'm very much into. I'm here for that. I'm here for that all day. So yeah, I really like it. But I don't think it's everyone's cup of tea. There is another one that they did. I want to say it was called The Secret Circle or the something Circle. And they only did one season of that. And that was really sad because that was really good. And they only did one season of it. And then it got cancelled. And it, like I said, it's such a shame when they cancel seasons of things. I just think, oh. So, what has everyone got planned this weekend? We are going out this weekend. I'm not going to tell you too much about it because we are going to video it. Although we haven't done any videos in so long. I think we haven't done, oh God, I haven't put anything up for maybe 2 or 3 weeks now, but I will get on that. I was going to work on something today and I got caught up watching Lucifer, so I have no excuse. So please forgive me. But I've been binge watching Lucifer. So as soon as I come off here, I'm going to go back on there and watch a couple of things. But also Bake Off. I'm not going to reveal too much. But I am enjoying Bake Off this season. I'm really, really. I've got my. Here, let me take a little spoonful of my cake. I am really enjoying Bake Off at the moment. I There hasn't been anybody that's been voted off that I've been outraged about yet. Because when in the previous season, not previous season, but a few seasons ago, when they let Liam go, I just thought, oh, because for me, Liam should have been in the final. He should have been in that final. So when they let him go, I was really upset. And then last season they let someone go, and I can't remember. I must go back and have a look. But last season they let someone go, and I said to Mark, "Look at that! They let him go, and he was so good, or she was so good." I can't remember who it was. I must go and have a look. So at the moment, they haven't let anyone go yet. But my favourites are I love Jurgen. I think he's absolutely brilliant. And I also like Giuseppe. I think he's good. Chigs, Christelle, and there was another guy, the bald guy. I quite like him. I also like the Scouse girl. I think she's very good. Although she's a bit sloppy. She's sloppy and the bald guy's quite sloppy as well. Who else? I can't remember who else that there is, but they're the standout ones for me. I think there are a couple of others now. But I feel like, don't you feel like it's going quite quickly? Even though they do it weekly, I feel like it's going quite quickly. And I think with these programs, when they do, I haven't watched this week's Bake Off. That's why I haven't said any too much. Sadly, I can't do anything because I'm in isolation. Do you know what? I think that this COVID thing has really. I'm assuming you're in isolation because of COVID. Do you have COVID? And I think that with the COVID situation, it's really put a stop on people's lives, kind of thing. Not kind of thing. It has put a stop on people's lives, and it's just like you wish it just to go away. And you realize as time goes on, you realize it's not going anywhere anytime soon. It's not going anywhere. And so it's just a new way now to live. And it is going to be a thing of isolation and things like that. So I hope that they're going to be bringing a lot of good things on the TV because I think a lot of us are going to be in isolation at some point or other. So I just hope they do a lot of things on the TV, honestly. Um, but yeah, I absolutely adore Bake Off. But yeah, I'm not going to give away any spoilers, by the way. Um, I forgot what I was going to say now because I was talking about Bake Off. This is how my mind works. I would talk about Bake Off, then it gets scattered, and then I can't remember the point of what I was saying. But I during last year, I really did get into baking towards the end of the year and more. So at Christmas time, like I said, I'd baked a load of cakes, but prior to that, I was baking cakes all the time. I've slowed right down now, so I don't bake that many cakes. But what I did like is when we went to visit Mark's parents, because we went to Bath and they came to Bath as well. It was really nice to bake a cake for them because obviously I bake cakes all the time, and I've not had a chance to bake a cake for them. So I really liked the fact that I was able to. I made them pineapple upside down cake. Also, missed a lot of Bake Off with the old presenters. Oh, do you? Do you know what? I really love I really do like Noel, and I liked Sandy Toksvig as well. But I also like, I forget his name now, Matt Lucas. I really love Noel and Matt Lucas. I think they're really, really good. I really wasn't a fan of the other two. What were the other two? Mel and Sue. I wasn't really a fan of Mel and Sue, I've got to say. I didn't think they were funny. But yeah, I really like the new presenters as well. I don't get me wrong, I do like Mary Berry. I'm not I've got to be honest, I'm not a fan of her cakes and stuff because for me, her style of the way that she bakes cakes, like especially if she's doing it with fruit and stuff like that, is tart. And I'm not a lover of tart things and things like that. Again, Prue's a little bit like that. She likes the tartness of this and that, and so does Paul Hollywood. So I don't, but I tend to I like the way Nigella bakes. So I like a lot of Nigella cakes rather than Prue, Paul, or Mary Berry. But I do like them. Do you know what I mean? I just wouldn't cook any or bake any of their stuff. But yeah, I really like them as presenters, and I really love it when you know, because they are there and they're waiting for the judges, and really what they want is they want to hear what Paul, because Paul's the harshest judge. It's like the harshest person, when that's the one that you really are looking to impress. You shouldn't, but you look to really to impress that person. And then when he gives out, sometimes he gives out a handshake and sometimes he doesn't. But there are times when I think, why didn't you give that person a handshake? I don't understand. But yeah, I like to see that. But the one that I really like is the Professional Bake Off. I really enjoy the Professional. I also like Junior Bake Off as well. I've got to say, I watch them all. The only ones I didn't watch was Creme de la Creme, which was the one before the Professional Bake Off. So basically, I think when they did Creme de la Creme, that was when Bake Off was with the BBC. Was it with the BBC? So that's when the BBC used to do it. And then when Channel 4 took it over, the professional, the Creme de la Creme changed to Professional Bake Off. And I like to watch. So I like to watch the Junior, the Professional, and Bake Off, and I watch them all. But in the Junior Bake Off, they did this like checkered cake, and it was really amazing. And so I thought, but you have to get these round. They're not cookie cutters; they're actually cake cutters. And it was so difficult to find these cake cutters. I found them though. To be fair, I found them. So I ordered cookie cutters by mistake, but actually those cookie cutters are coming really handy, because when I make cake jars, I've got a video where I've made cake jars. You need the cookie cutters to cut the circles out on the cakes, so they've actually come in handy. And then Mark used the cookie cutters when he actually made some sugar cookies. So he made these sort of like he's put the video up, but he made Star Wars cookies, and again he used the cookie cutters. So even though I ordered them by mistake, those cookie cutters have come in really handy. So I'm glad I've got them. But those cake cutters to make that checkered cake, one day I'm gonna make those checkered cakes. One day. I've got the Bake Off book actually, because one day I want to make one of those checkered cakes, and that was in the Junior Bake Off. So, and I really love it. The only thing is that's what I was going to say before. When they do things like Bake Off and Professional Bake Off and Junior Bake Off and Strictly Come Dancing and all those shows, I don't think they should vote anybody off the first week. And Strictly has started to do that now, because before they used to go out the first week, but now they don't go out the first week, and I like that. But I think they should do that with Bake Off as well, and all those competitions. I don't think anybody should go in the first. That's a hell of a lot of pressure, I feel, to put on someone, and it's really disheartening when you're the first one to go. So I think if they give them a week and don't vote anyone off, but say, do you know what I mean? You're at the bottom, you're at the top. And they say to the bottom, what you need to do is this, 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 and this. And, give them, good advice. And so that next time they have a fighting chance to maybe not be at the bottom. I mean, there's always going to be someone at the bottom. But yeah, that's the thing with Bake Off, Junior Bake Off, and the Professional Bake Off. I don't think anybody should go in the first week. But yeah, I love all those baking programs. I don't really enjoy cooking. I do cook, but I don't enjoy it. So if I can get away with not doing it, which is a lot of the time, I will not bother doing it. But I've been watching these sort of like healthy eats lately, Do you know what I mean? And like watching, I've seen a couple of videos. I think, oh, actually, I'd like to try that. And oh, somebody made like an aubergine dish, and basically they the only thing that I didn't agree with. So basically, they had an aubergine and they cut the aubergine or eggplant. Some people call it eggplant, and they sliced up the eggplant. And then they oiled the tray and they put the but so they oiled up a tray. But before they oiled up the tray, they put the aubergine or eggplant in salted water. Now, I don't know if I fully agree with that because that would soak up quite, because aubergine soaks up quite a lot of water. So I don't know. I would like to try the dish, but I don't think I would forego soaking them in water. So I would slice them up, put them on an oil tray, salt and pepper them, and then drizzle oil on it and then bake it. They baked it for however long they baked it for. Then they took it out. In the meantime, while it was in the oven, they mixed spinach and ricotta cheese together. And then when they took the aubergine out of the oven, they laid the aubergine in a pie dish. Then they put this ricotta spinach cheese mixture in. And then they mixed up some tomatoes and mozzarella and they laid that on top. Sorry, so basically they folded it in. So after they put the ricotta cheese in, they folded that in, then put tomatoes and mozzarella, folded it in again, and then on top of that put the cheese and spinach, folded it in again, and then bunged it in the oven or something. Yeah, they bunged it in the oven. I don't know if I would do the spinach and ricotta. And I think on top I would put so I would adapt that recipe is what I'm saying. Not completely change it, but pretty much almost change it. But it gave me an idea. Instead of using pie crust or using something like that, you could use aubergine. So it gave me an idea. So yes, I will change the. I'm saying no, I wouldn't change it, but yeah, I would completely change the recipe. But instead of using like puff pastry or pie crust, you can use aubergine. And I just thought that was really, really clever because it wasn't something that came to my mind. So I think that's what I would do. I would create a dish, maybe even a fish dish or something like that. And I would use aubergine as the pie crust. And see how I would get on with that. I can imagine that sort of being really, really tasty, to be honest. Um, but yeah, what dishes do you like to do? I know Shahinaz does a lot of Indian cuisine and things like that, but is there a go-to dish that you cook? Now, I know that Ray was saying, I think, is it goat curry or is it mutton curry that you make, Ray? I think I don't have a go-to dish per se, but I will make some type of a pasta dish, I think. Like today, I made noodle. Oh, I didn't make noodles. There was noodles in a packet, dried noodles I had. But I did like a bit of crispy chili beef with noodles. I put some peas in that with some sweet corn and stuff like that. I did have some beans. I had some tinned bamboo shoots, but I didn't use them because sometimes I think when you buy bamboo shoots, they go off quite quickly and they produce a lot of water. So I just had some tin ones in the cupboard, but I didn't open them. But it feels like it's been so long since I've actually cooked noodles, like something as simple as noodles. And I don't tend to cook because like sometimes Mark, it's a bit of a hit and miss with Mark what he likes to eat and what he doesn't like to eat. He changes quite frequently. One week he likes this, well, next week he doesn't like that. So so because I knew he was going out to eat today, I thought I felt like I was free, if that makes sense, because when when I cook for Mark and I have to really think because Mark's pescatarian, so I don't eat. So then in turn, I don't eat a lot of meat, let's say, unless we're going to order takeaway. Then I will order a meat dish and then Mark will have a fish dish. So we tend to order out quite a bit. But when I say order out, we don't order like junk food. So we don't order like McDonald's, although I do order McDonald's and KFC, but not very often. So what we tend to do is we'll order from a restaurant and it might be, I don't know, I might have lamb steak, chicken and mash with salad or something like that. And then Mark will have the same, but a fish version. And so that's what we order. We order things like, like mash or vegetables. And that's what so our takeaway is normally from a restaurant. or Wagamama's is a restaurant, but you know what I mean. Or we'll order like the salmon teriyaki or something like that. We'll order. But yeah, we don't tend to order things like McDonald's or KFC or pizza, but we do. But if Mark wanted to, he would order pizza all the time. But I like to switch it up, and I don't want to order pizza all the time because I don't mind it. I like pizza, but I just don't want to eat it all the time. So we don't tend to order food like that. We tend to order things like, we might order a cooked breakfast. He'll order the vegetarian breakfast or something that, you would do from scratch, I guess is what I'm trying to say, rather than processed stuff. So, but because I knew he was going out today to a restaurant, I thought, oh, what am I going to cook? I was getting excited thinking, oh, I can cook something now. I can be free. And it was almost like how it was before, where I would just think, oh, do you know what, I'm going to cook something really nice. And all I did, it wasn't even something really nice, it was just something so simple, like crispy chili beef with noodles. And to those noodles I just added sweet corn and frozen peas, right? And I had I added, garlic and ginger, and I added sesame seed oil towards the end. Obviously, I ordered a bit of sesame. I put in a bit of sesame seed oil. I put in some sesame seeds, a bit of white pepper and all of that. And I was just cooking away, thinking, oh, I'm really going to enjoy this. And I did. I added quite a lot of chili, so it did it didn't I didn't add. I only added dried chili, by the way. I didn't cut up any fresh chilies because I didn't have any. So I just had like dried crushed chilies. But I also had hot crushed chilies as well. So I added those to the dish, and I just thought, oh my god! But it was just so not. It was just so familiar and things that I used to make anyway. So when I was eating it, I was really enjoying it, and I was watching Lucifer, and I was like. But yeah, I really enjoyed making that type of thing. But it's just a bit difficult when if I have to cook and I'm cooking for the both of us, because it's got to be like prawns or salmon or some type of fish. And sometimes I'm just not in the mood for it. It's like sometimes I just want something, I don't know, chicken Kiev, like I said before when I was ordering that chicken Kiev from what you call it, from Marlowe's, and it was chicken Kev. I was very disappointed with that, very very disappointed. um, but yeah, it was just nice to just be a bit free and think, oh, right, he's going out tonight. What am I going to cook for myself? And things like that. But Mark cooked for himself earlier because I wasn't hungry. Um, and he cooked eggs. Mark loves an omelette. He would have that every day if he could. So at lunchtime, he made himself an omelette, and then in the omelette, he throws all of his vegetables in. Like he puts leeks in, and then he boils up what you call it, uh, his broccoli. He really really loves broccoli in his eggs. So strange. He's a strange guy. Loves broccoli in his eggs. So he chopped up the broccoli, boiled up the broccoli. He even boiled up the leeks, right? And I was like, why are you boiling up the leeks? Why don't you just fry up the leeks? Like boil your broccoli and fry up the leeks. But anyway, when the men start cooking, you just let them get on with it, innit? So yeah, so he was just doing all of that. But you could see the smile on his face because he's thinking, I'm having my eggs. He goes, oh, I'm going to take a few days off and you can make breakfast for me. And I thought, oh, you think I'm going to boil up broccoli and all of this? I was like, no, I will make you a scrambled egg. Don't get me wrong. Not scrambled egg, sorry. I'll make you an omelette. My omelettes are good, but I wouldn't I'm boiling up vegetables and things like that. I don't really boil a lot of vegetables, to be honest. So I don't know about that. I'm back. Hello. Oh, Minnie. So you might have missed it then. So Minnie, look, I got Dumbledore's wand. Well, actually, if everyone was turned up, I'm just about to give a spoiler. It ends up actually being Harry's wand. But yeah, oh my god, you got one? Yeah, I did. I got it yesterday. So basically, on Saturday, um, uh, Mark, so I saw it online, and I went to the shop and they had to order it in. It was in a jewelry shop. So but they didn't have the Harry Potter one in. But she was going to be, yeah, but don't forget, this is the Harry Potter wand, which is true because it ends up being Harry's wand. But yeah, that's the Dumbledore one. So I'm really, really pleased with it. I wore it yesterday as well. So basically, they had it at half. So I saw it online. I saw it about a month ago online, and I was going to order it, and I didn't. And then I went into the shop to see if I could see it in the shop, because I had to go to a jewelry shop to get it because it's sterling silver. Because I can't wear any of the other metals, so it has to be like sterling silver or it has to be gold, because anything else, I get a rash. So it has to be gold or silver, basically. So I went to the shop and they didn't have it in. So one lady said, "Oh, this is all the Harry Potter stuff we've got." So I had a look at it and I was just like, "Oh, okay." But then another lady came. She goes, "What are you looking for?" I said, "Well, I'm actually looking for the Harry Potter wand necklace." And she goes, "Come over here. Let's see if we've got it online." And I just, when you get that sort of customer service, right, where they are actually helpful instead of going, "Oh yeah, this is only the only Harry Potter stuff we've got." And then somebody comes and they actually want to help you. They actually want you to get your product. And I was like, yes. So we went over and she said, "We've got it, but we don't have it here, but I can order it in for you." Now, this was on Saturday. And they had it at half price. So Mark goes, "Do you know what? I'll get it for you." And Mark bought it for me, bless him. And I was just so happy. I was like, yes. And so they ordered it in and it was ready on Tuesday, but because they sent me an email, but I didn't go in on Tuesday. But I knew I was going to go on Thursday because I was going to meet a friend for dinner. And then we ended up, and I got it on yesterday. So, and I wore it yesterday as well, and it was really nice. I really liked it. Um, uh, yes, it is. Yeah, it's sterling silver. Yeah. I want to. They sold out of the Harry Potter one, and they had the Harry Potter one at half price as well. And I was a bit like, oh. But I think Harry Potter is the next one I'm gonna get. And but like she said, it does become Harry's wand. So yeah, but I'm really, really pleased with it. Shall I take it out and I'll just show you what it's like? So let me just pop it out. There we go. That one helps, and it's true Harry Potter fan understands the need of one. Yeah, adding something to Harry Potter collection. Exactly. It was very good service. Um, there it is. I don't know if it's going to focus because it's focusing on me rather than on the actual wand itself. So there you go. That's a bit better because it's not focusing on me now. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's really long. And I that's what I love about it. It's so long. I don't have to undo it to put it on. You won't see it because it hangs really low. So if you've got a nice dress on or whatever, it just hang really low. And I really like that. But yeah, it was great service. She was a lovely lady. And she was an older lady as well that helped me. But the other one, she wasn't, like young, but she was young. She's like, "Yeah, all the Harry Potter stuff is over here." And I was looking, they had the earrings and they had a couple of other things, but I really wanted it was the necklace that I wanted. Um, it's so pretty. I saw it in person before, so I know what they look like. Still lovely, and it's yes, it is. It's lovely. I love it. Yes, the long necklace. I've loved that, and I really love yeah, I like long necklaces too. Um, so yeah, I like short ones too, but I like the longer ones better. So I'm so pleased. I'm so happy that I got it really. The next one, like you say, is going to be the Harry Potter one, I hope. But we'll see because like I said, they sold out in a lot of places. And the other thing that I want to get is the umbrella, which I still haven't got yet. But I will get that at some point. But yeah, I saw it and I'm surprised because I saw this a month ago, this necklace. So I'm surprised they actually still had it online. And it was half price, so that's brilliant. But I am just surprised that they still had it in stock. Um, yeah, so that will be one of the other things that I get will be the Harry Potter one. But yeah, it has to be silver or whatever because I'm allergic to all the other metals. So that was the only thing, but still silver's fine. So yeah, I was really pleased. But yeah, I've been going for an hour and a half. I can't believe I've just been gas bagging for an hour and a half. But I'm going to wrap it up purely because I do want to watch Lucifer. And I want to finish off this cake. I mean, look, Mark would have if Mark was with me, right? He would have inhaled this cake by now, and all I've had is this little bit here. That's it, just that corner there of the cake. That's all I've had. So I'm gonna go off and eat my cake. I am definitely, Georgina, I'm definitely going to try this chocolate, and I will let you know next week what I think of it. But I think, I mean, I can try it now. Let me, you know what? Let me try it now as a parting thing. Let me try it now. So anybody watching this later on will know how it tastes. Oh, look, when you open it, it's all wrapped in like a lovely foil. I love it. It's almost like a Kit Kat. You don't get that many chocolates that's wrapped in foil, you know. In fact, I think it's only Kit Kat that I know that's wrapped in foil. Don't know any others. You get the little 14s, I suppose, for the Reese's Pieces. You get the little cupcake foils, but other than that, yeah. Oh yeah, Milky Bar, I suppose, is still wrapped in foil. The Milky Bars are on me. The Milky Bar Kid is tough and strong. All right, let's try. Right, okay, so that's what it looks like. Let's see if I can get it to focus. So as you can see, that's what it looks like. Let's try it. That is so good. Oh my god. Do you know what? It's meant to have a praline center, and you can taste the pralines, don't get me wrong, but it's not strong. Do you know what I mean? But that creaminess of that white chocolate is so good. It really is. If anybody, it's called Belgian Cupid. Belgian white chocolate with a hazelnut and praline filling. So if anybody goes to M&S, that's what it looks like. And I highly recommend it. If you like white chocolate and if you like praline, definitely get this. It's so good. It's creamy. It's not nutty as in the sense that you know, like in some chocolates you can taste nuts if it's like praline or if it's nutty or anything like that. But you can't taste nuts. It's very smooth. And it's really tasty. But you do have the taste of praline, almost like when you order a praline hot chocolate or something like that. You can taste the praline, but it's the flavor of the praline, not the actual nuts. And that's like this. There's no nuts in it. I mean, there's nuts in it because it's praline, should I say? But there's no actual the crunchy of the nuts. The crunchiness of the nuts is not in it. It's smooth. But that's really, really tasty. I'm going to wrap it up because I'm not going to eat it all now because I've still got all of these goodies to eat. So I may have this tomorrow or Sunday. And even then, I don't think I'll eat the whole bar. It's really tasty. It's quite rich. So if you can get yourselves to an M&S, or if you can get someone to get you one from an M&S, definitely get it. It's delicious. Well, still glad to catch some of the live. Yes, and glad to chat, even if it was short. And have an amazing weekend, the both of you. Stay safe, take care, and thank you, and bye. And do you know what, Minnie? I'm so glad that you're able. I'm glad that anyone can actually join, especially me, because I was on my own today. So thank you to everyone who joined me. Because sometimes, you know, when you're doing something on your own, it can be quite a bit daunting. But I'm so happy that you all joined me, and I'm so happy that you all chatted to me. And I will see you all hopefully. Sam, I hope you take care. And you know, I hope your isolation goes okay, because sometimes it can be a bit of a do you know what I mean? So I hope you've got lots of things to try and pass the time or make it fun or whatever. Yeah, and if you want someone to chat to, you can send me an email. It's on the about page, and I'll definitely chat to you if you want to chat. um Everyone else, I'm glad you joined me. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Minnie. Thank you, Shahina, Georgina. I can't remember, Mark even. So thank you all for joining me. And thank you for chatting me, Caitlin, even as well. I'm just having a look, thinking, have I missed anyone out? Caitlin and Neha popped in. Thank you all for staying to chat with me. Thank you for whoever else popped in. I'm sorry if I've missed anyone. But take care, stay safe, and remember, you're never too old to have fun. Bye for now.